Hello, beautiful fellow human beings. Let me actually top up my cup real quick. One moment. Oh, my packages is missing. Alright. Yeah, one of my packages is missing in the mail. And, so, gotta try to find that. And, yeah, that's about it. Hopped on a little earlier today. Gotta do some grocery shopping. So I was also making a list. You know, milk, cheese, and bread. That kind of stuff. Let's see. So what I've been doing today is making more dubbing. The coffee grinder makes it incredibly easily. And this rope still hasn't sunk. It's been in water for 2 days. Now I'm not saying it's buoyant because the cut piece of the rope just sank instantly, but the individual fibers I could perhaps use in blends or just for a pop of color on the tail or what have you. And this stuff fluffs up really nice, so I wanted to make just one more little bag of it and add some of the ice dub to it. I think that would be good to have. So these little chunks, I used to pinch them and release the fibers individually, but now I just brush about 3/4 of an inch. And it poofs up incredibly. I wish it didn't take me so long to give this a go. Had a coffee grinder here, but it is used quite frequently for food. Now, I was just gonna start with natural fibers, but you know, I didn't really know what to expect. And the fibers don't get stuck in the coffee grinder. It just kind of moves them around fast enough to, you know, to fluff it up like immediately. And it's a little loud, but you only need to hit it for like a second or two. So let me get a few more inches of this and I'll show you that. Hope everyone's day is glorious. Slowly getting back into like making sure I'm good. And just using a flea brush. I know this is like common knowledge, but doing it all live. And think picked out a bait caster reel Cast King. It was 35 bucks, kind of the most affordable I could find with decent reviews. Now I don't know much about Cast King's reels, but I like their backpack just fine, but decent reviews. And the rod is you know, ugly stick, so it's well under 100 bucks, and that's more than fine. Lightweight. And I do want to get one more rod, ugly stick big water. I really want like the perfect pier configuration for blue heron and lake worth. And I think the big water on another one, anything like that reel, I don't know what would be the that or the Shimano Sienna. I've never messed with one, but consistently see in recommendations the sienna. And another one that's like 35 bucks, so can't beat it. So now we got a good amount of this. Really bright, really neon red, but it's really soft. Almost silky. Very soft. But you throw it in this. Well, I'll bring y'all over here. Can you tell I've been going through my jewelry boxes? So, just a little, like, tiny little bit in there. But check it. Bam. Huh. What now? Go over here. My desk is still a mess. Maybe that's what I'll work on today. And where is, I discovered also this little hook. This little hook, I believe for bobbin, but it's really good for this also. You could just pull it out. Hard to do one-handed. So for that neon, so definitely pearl. Hey Fazal, how you doing today? Hey Mark, how you doing? Surf rod, yeah. I have one. 7 feet? No, jeez. I think it's about 9 feet. I can grab it. The reel on it is shot. It just needs work. One of the reasons why I really like the idea of fly fishing saltwater is being able to fish from the ocean, and shoreline fishing has always been really just the highest like of pleasures one can experience on this earth. And but check it, it's just really gritty. It hurts. One of those. But the pull is amazing. I just don't have another reel. And I used this since I was a kid. This same reel. My dad finally gave it to me. Which I think I want to leave this back there because they're the ones that live by the ocean. And I think shoreline or surf fishing is going to be the mode of fishing for my dad from now on. For his back. It's so long and nice. But that's one of my biggest dreams is to get this going for, because with the shore break, I think the added length will help me a lot. I still need to work on my casting. I'll always need to work on my casting though, to be fair. So I've been kind of like blanket experimenting, and because there are so many methods of fishing, and I really only had experience in one tiny little sliver. I've been trying to find some books on fishing worldwide, but I can't seem to find much. And like an atlas, but for each country, what they fish for, how they fish for it, what baits they use, what recipes. I think that would be like the greatest encyclopedia of all time. Ancient techniques, like fly fishing is depicted in hieroglyphics. I forgot the temple's name. And this one depiction in particular, and it's essentially like a whip, and it's like a cane with, and they probably like whip it back and forth, and like stuff like that. And I think up until recently, a flagpole was as long as the line, and like recently, as in like the last like centuries, but still, it's just such a an intertwined like aspect of existing that like there's so many directions it's taken, just like textiles or fabrics or anything that we kind of rely on as human beings in society. But fishing is much like agriculture, and you know, a lot of the farming techniques, like the Three Sisters, the Native American Three Sisters growing the beans or corn is beans, corn, Three Sisters, pumpkins, corn, and beans, and all the micro benefits like the plants have for each other, adding nitrogen to the soil, and you don't have to trellis the beans, and holds up. And so for fishing, the same thing, because it's really just an act, and that's why the term I've come up with that I could only think of to describe as human heritage, and especially fly fishing and fly tying. Um, it's very extensive, and like textiles is another one, uh, clothes, and I mean that takes from agriculture, right? And linen and all that cotton. Anyway, so I really want to get the Kinto rooms up because that would be a really nice conversation, just like all the necessities and all the different ways to go about them worldwide and throughout all of human history. Crafts. There's many different crafts that are popular worldwide, and like folk art. There's like folk fishing. I wonder if there's any gods of fishing, like through any human. Oh, Abisu, the Japanese god of fishermen, good luck, and working men. He is also known as Yabisu, Hiroko, or Kotoshiro Nushi no Kami. And Glaucus, G A no Glaus, is a Greek sea god who watched over fishermen. He originally was a fisherman and a diver who ate a magical herb and transformed into a merman with a fish tail. No, that's a beautiful thing. Leucotea, or Leucotea, so Leucothea, is a Greek goddess of the Iona shit. And there's something about reading and Ionanc. No, not C like the letter C like the ocean. Shit. Okay. Leucotea, the Greek goddess of the Ionian Sea, who protected sailors and fishermen. She was originally a princess named Ino, who nursed Dionysus. Njordur, NJO with the I used to, Norse god of fishing, wealth, crop, fertility, wind, seafaring, and the sea. He was married to the goddess Skaubai and was the father of Freyr and Freya. Well, there's a few that's very fascinating. The names got progressively, well, Poseidon, god of the sea. Let's see. Nereus, the Greek god known as the Old Man of the Sea. Very interesting. I wanted to look up Glaucus and Ibisu. 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 Let's see. Translated Wabisu is, or Hiroko, or Kotoshiro Nushinokami. Okay, so those were of the same, okay. Different names. Is the Japanese god of fishermen and luck. He is one of the 7 gods of fortune, and the only one of the 7 to originate purely from Japan without any Buddhist or Taoist influence. The legend, real quick. The weak child overcame many hardships, grew legs, and presumably the rest of the skeletal structure at the age of 3, and became the god Ibisu. He remains slightly crippled and deaf, but mirthful and auspicious nonetheless, hence the title the Laughing God. He is often depicted wearing a tall hat, a kazauri iboshi, and holding a rod and a large red sea bream or sea bass. Jellyfish are also associated with the god, and the fugu restaurants of Japan will often incorporate a bisu in their motif. And fishing communities across Japan, it is extremely common to see fishermen ritualistically praying to a bisu before they head out for the day. The fisherman's relationship with the bisu is indicative of Japan's relationship with nature as a whole. Fishermen tell stories of how a bisu keeps the ocean safe and pristine, pushing debris to the shore. As a bisu is said to have no arms or legs, fishermen often suggest it takes 7 years for the things like screws, bolts, or umeboshi seeds to turn up on shore as a bisu carries the seed in his mouth and crawls his way along the ocean floor. For this reason, it is believed that Ibisu becomes enraged whenever people pollute the ocean. And a umeboshi seed is a pickled thing. It's a popular kind of pickled thing and are extremely sour and salty. Very neat. Oh, there was one more thing. I have fugu. Fugu is pufferfish. Very cool. And then the other that I just really wanted to. Oh shoot, my bad. Here's a depiction of Ibisu, and I was just reading from Wikipedia. Hey Mark, how you doing? Okay. Oh yeah, rinsing them after salt, absolutely. Oh, super cereal, I'm sorry. Wow, I didn't see any of this. I apologize, y'all. So, who is, let's see. I am from a place, oh, Florida. Dog brush and Velcro method. I do keep meaning to grab a scrap of, Velcro. So that's Ibisu. And the other one I just wanted to look up real quick was Glaucus. Glaucus? Sea god. Nice little depiction. Angler up with Brant on YouTube. Here, let me look that up right now. Very nice. I think I seen the well, it makes sense. There's 1.3. Whoa, nice. I've definitely seen the toss the GoPro fishing pier and saw something crazy. Cause I remember that the how do you say, the thumbnail. So here, let me get the comments down here so I don't look down. Hello, Siad Efraz. Very cool, Professor Azim Qureshi. Do you have any favorite pistachio recipes? Pistachios are one of like the most perfect foods on this planet. And like anything, I don't know if I've ever had anything that was made with pistachio and wasn't like the greatest thing I've ever had. I remember once, thrift store had these really nice plates. They were in French and they were gastronomy, but it had a fruit and like it's like the vitamins or what have you in a list, and they're really, really pretty. But they were selling them for $2 and they came with a huge slice of pistachio cake, homemade. It was a rehab center that ran this thrift store, and it was the greatest cake I've ever had in my life. We went back for a week straight. I think it was like a week long bake sale. And on everything, there's just plates of, you know, it was cake with some saran wrap on it and on a nice plate. It was sweet. And I gladly had as much as I could stomach and a bunch of really nice plates to go with it. And they also had cookies. The thrift store was called the Lord's Place, and it shut down because it caught on fire. But I miss it dearly. Oh, I got another magnifying glass. But this one's missing a stone and it bugs me. So I was gonna crack them all out and add something else. But I found one that doesn't have stones, so I don't have to worry about that. They're really useful. I mean, not on a chain this short, but they are really useful and I think they look great. I did see someone ask and I'm more than happy to answer. I like collecting stuff. It doesn't matter what, really. I'm trying to downsize greatly, so if there's any collectors or hoarders out there, please do let me know. I got so much random stuff: comics, vintage, plants, seeds, books. But got a few little things. I used to find a lot of gold stuff. I used to buy big boxes of broken jewelry, and every now and then there would be, even if it was just like a broken piece of gold, I sold a scrap like this big for $80. Yeah, and just a little sterling heart, and I think that's it. This necklace is from the 60s, I believe. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with Audrey Hepburn, and I dressed like a businesswoman when I was a child. I'm not even kidding. And like pencil skirts and like shirts with bows. And found a set that had 2 necklaces and a pair of earrings and a bracelet. And my mom got it for me at Carnival Antique Mall, downtown Lake Worth. And still have all the pieces. The other necklace is missing a stone though. But been trying to downsize and just keep the stuff that I wear, and then the bulk of the charms, like maybe make some charm necklaces or something. I don't know. Uh-oh. Depends what kinds. Like, are we talking Amazon? Or are we talking? I'm just kidding. No, it's not. It's actually, it's essentially a big belt. I used to have a lot of my mom's 1980 belts because you know, it might not make sense to everyone, but some dresses look off if you wear like a skinny belt with them, or as opposed to like a thick belt. It It's just yet another thing to overthink think on this planet, but yeah, good old thick belt. It's like Velcro on the back. But it actually helps with like inelastic, and it helps with the posture a little bit, but it's not like that not like a proper one where it's like metal bones. But shoot, I haven't even got to anything. Just having a slow day. Also, like, since out in the boonies, go grocery shopping not that often, so it kind of, like, a day gets sacrificed to it, and don't want to forget anything. Do miss having an opossum to give eggs to, but really, I'm still, like, on cloud 9 over that, so this is my shopping list. Burritos, as in frozen burritos. Oh yeah. You know. There's not any quick stops around here, so I can't get like the questionable ones. I gotta get my food. Can't get questionable burritos at 4 in the morning out here. People don't know what they're missing. The XXL burritos at quick stops. Yeah. But let's see. What is a thing that like you can't go without from a grocery store? Because I'm trying to really simplify food to a point where it's like passive rather than because it's so important. It's fuel, and as a grazer, kind of like trying to get the most like meat pack, trying to get like the most protein rich like energy, just fueling food, like, you know, cheese, hard-boiled eggs, meat, and like some fruit. Sour cream is really good on just about everything, and that's like fat, because it's bound to get a little colder than it is now, and I'm not too prepared. I'm trying to just, like, you know, not be bones anymore, but yeah, succeeding a little bit. I really want to start going for walks. Have started planning routes, but out here everything's so far apart, so you get really spoiled with a little e-bike, so you don't have to do much. And it's really nice, it really is. It's just, I think I lost my balls a little bit, because it just takes some preparing to get back behind anywhere out here. It's, oh, I know what I wanted to do. If I tried to straighten that, would it weaken it? I really want to try to do a bend back, but the hook would be situated weird. I'm not a fan of these. The gap is just very, very small. Whey protein, interesting. I want to look into that because I always see that, like, especially in fitness videos. Beer. Oh, very cool. Yeah, that's my mom. There's a kind of like how people will draw your portrait, and it'll be like someone on the side of the road. and but he was doing painting in the 70s in Lake Worth. So let's see. God, I've just still stuck in like, maybe it's the desk. It's too chaotic. Because I haven't really, I'll tell you my problem. The saltwater patterns, I was just waiting to like tie them at my parents' house because I want to kind of overdo these. And the pattern book that I got, they're very extensive patterns, and I don't think I'm there yet. I certainly don't have the feathers. Learning all kinds of birds I've never heard of. But let's see. Which maybe remember, I've never seen one in person. We have it's like the Florida scrub jay, a blue scrub jay. We have a little like blue bird. Let's see, Florida scrub jay. Yeah, they're real cool. I've never seen them, but been watching like shorts really mainly about bird watching, because a lot of the parks are kind of like heavily advertised for bird watching, and you know, it'd be sweet to engage in that, because then you can see all the birds. But anyway, getting a little hungry, and I think I'm gonna be skedaddling here in a second and try to beat the sunset, and because it's a little far. So kind of wait until like everything runs out and then go to the store. But try to stick to the basics, and like I've been trying to work on a meal plan for my parents, and like because my dad's got to like no sugar it. Yeah, Coda actually came up with this. It's chicken thigh green bean casserole, and I tell you what, why make green bean casserole once a year? I'm one of those people that does enjoy green bean casserole extensively, and you just throw some chicken thighs on that and bake it until the chicken thighs are tender. You can't overcook chicken thighs, and they don't dry out or anything of the sort, and it's fantastic, and they're dirt cheap. It's one of my fears that they're going to change the price of chicken thighs, actually, much like they did to skirt steak, because skirt steak used to be super affordable, but not so much anymore. Mince and tatties, which is the Scottish like mince meat and potatoes, and you could have like turnips, neeps, and want to make burritos while there, because I've been wanting to do that for a while. They have like a bunch of kitchen gadgets, as well as pelmeni. And pelmeni is Russian dumplings, and they're super easy to make. The dough is insanely easy to make, and like it makes so many of them, and they freeze really easily. And you could put anything in them. They're essentially ravioli, but and you could air fry them. You could boil them and eat them with sour cream and anything, and because I know my mom's exhausted, so I want to go and try to like be Chef Jamie for a few days, and make it as easy as possible, because I think they're under eating because exhaustion. But sausage, pepper, and onion with eggs, and for a snack, it sounds gnarly, but it's really good. Frozen and canned bread is good to have on hand. Learned this, especially living very far from a grocery store, and it lasts a really long time. And if you want some tuna salad and you don't have bread, you have a can of croissants or frozen garlic bread, and you just have the tuna salad and the real fancy stuff, but it's really really good and really filling, and a really good super cheap combination is chicken thighs, black beans, sweet potato, and yellow rice. But the yellow rice is optional because it's very filling as is, and everything with eggs, chili with eggs, mince and tatties with eggs, yeah, and sides, German potato salad, and all that is it's a warm potato salad, and you make kind of like a, not brine, but a dressing, like a vinaigrette of sort. No, because it's not with oil, but anyway, it's a little apple cider vinegar, it's a little pinch of sugar, and hot half mashed potatoes with some bacon and onions, and then you pour the vinegar mixture on top, and the potatoes absorb it. It's delicious. It's not a creamy potato salad. It's like vinegary half mashed potatoes. It's really good, and sweet potatoes, which I just cut them in discs and bake them with butter, and then add some cinnamon and honey to those and call it a day. And cheese toasties and cup eggs. That's inspired by code, and the buttered hard-boiled eggs that Ian recommended just putting butter on hard-boiled eggs, and it really is very filling and really delicious. Buttered cabbage, baked potato, basic stuff. But it's all very cheap stuff and very filling. And yeah, they have really good produce stands next to them. Victoria's. But yeah, trying to think of ideas. So if anybody has any really easy, really nutrient dense recipe ideas, that's like super easy. All ears. Everyone has like the little like quick meals that they use to fuel them for the rest of the day or like as a pick me up, and those are really what I'm after. And instead of eating like a big meal and like since the exhaustion is high, like falling asleep right after, something like that, like and like really want to get out and about more often, and food is always I mean, here in Florida there's tons and tons of different cuisines and like really affordable food just about everywhere if you look just a little bit. Stay away from the chains, they're all overpriced anyway. And Chili's is now cheaper than getting a meal at McDonald's, like a quick like lunch meal. Mm-hmm. But let me look at this. Let me also grab more coffee because I think, yeah, leaving in like 20 minutes. places were added onto the outing. Dang. But, let's see. Yeah. Well, on that note, I'm gonna head out and, change, because that takes a second. I gotta find some normal person clothes. Yeah. It's a very calm area. A lot of, I don't know. It's nice. But more and more people, so it's starting to feel like a little less, but I don't know. I like it. Like work though. On that note, better chug some coffee. I forgot it anyway. Hope y'all have a beautiful day. Please do feel free to recommend any patterns. I just a little bit of a creative block, I guess. And yesterday I did just one. I did make some dubbing today, but that's not much. Yesterday I did another one of the woolly grubbers, except on an Aberdeen hook, only because it's the only ones I have currently, and the one that I've been using to practice with, I just haven't set any hooks, and the gap is very small. I don't know if it's small. I feel like it's small. It's not ugly, is it? No, I'm just kidding. Because it's like, why won't they eat it? But trying a giant, gapey hook. And, gonna try to get some more sizes also to mess around with. And yeah, and also any hook size recommendations. Been attempting to keep everything written down so I can use it eventually. My shopping list is quite extensive. However, there's so many recommendations that I'm looking for because the supplies, the materials are pretty endless. However, I'm not necessarily sure what I need, and I know it's very easy to overdo it. I'm trying to avoid that. And trying to find materials also that are multi-purpose and could be like the polypropylene Bonnie cord could be used for post material. And it's one reason I've been trying to float random cords, because I'm trying to find one that floats, and this macrame cord that I have doesn't. Sinks instantly. Even individual fibers seem to sink. But yeah, because I really do want to try to make the parachute ones. They are stunning, but I feel like I would have an easier time keeping those upright in the water. I'm not exactly sure because I can't really conceptualize either or either any proper fly other than bait fish. But yeah, any recommendations? So, oh, it was stuck up there. I'm sorry, it was stuck. So I actually, hey Ewos, how you doing? Hey Coop Cooper. Soggy oatmeal, right on. Yeah, no, I love the blue they chose for the background. But like a denim blue. My face is all broken out again. I was so taken by that possum. I completely stopped, like... Well, I think the possum was really because not a single negative thing happened. Like, the dogs didn't bark at her or anything, and she was in such a state to the point she couldn't stand up, so she really had no choice. And the first bath, she was noticeably calm, and I think it, like, anything was better than that. And it was amazing how soft she was by the end of it. And really smart animals are. I think animals like they like there's up there, like, she's kind of like a prey animal, right? And like Blue is a prey animal, very skittish. They dart and like put very little thought into it. And it's so funny to see like Blue like get like scared of something, so he would dart, and then he would just like stop and just start like chewing on stuff on the ground. But yeah, I think there's definitely like a lot of skittishness in a lot of animals besides predators. But and well, even predators. But when an animal needs help, I feel like there's so many instances, at least caught on camera, and I know, like, just seeing a few videos makes it feel like it's a common occurrence, but um, regardless, smart little things. And then the possum didn't ask for help. It was too weak to just deny it, and ended up really taking to, like, you take her out of the cage and like clean her tail off or get the pads out and put a new sheet in. And as soon as like you're done with that, she like lets you pick her up, which is wild, without opening her mouth or hissing or anything. Lets you pick her up. The only thing she does is like wrap her tail around your arm and like hold on. And as soon as you bring her to the entrance of the cage, she goes and like slurps herself in. And I have a bag for animals, like a cat or a small dog, and she loved the hell out of that, heck out of that, and carried her around the house for 2 weeks in this bag, and yeah, I really regret not bringing her in here, but I just I always overthink that kind of stuff because like I wasn't planning on keeping her or anything, but um, she was like, a wild animal. And I got some things, but the, no, not a, no infection or anything like that. And I didn't realize how opossums can produce quite a puddle and quite a pile for the same matter. And very human like. The diet is very human like, omnivores. And I will have to go through the more videos because I have more of her eating worms and apples and just like eating it like a carrot, like she's about to say, "What's up, Doc?" It is lovely. One day I do hope to home on a possum. Wildly, just an ideal, like a nocturnal ideal. Their little hands. I love creatures that could climb. I wish I could climb like that. And that like have opposable thumbs essentially. They're just lovely little things. I've always loved opossums. I feel like a lot of people like opossums. They have a soft spot for it. They're incredible and really important. And but holding it and they're little. It's like mm, yeah. Anyway, on that note, pierogies. Yes, pierogies. Even the ones that are pre-made in the box. That's the ones I grew up on. And because you could throw them in the air fryer, you could bake them, you can pan fry them, you can boil them and have them with sour cream, and just about anything. Right on, Peter. Please feel free to recommend any patterns, or if you're tying any specific patterns, I could give my go at it. Because gotta learn somehow, and I ran out of the ones that I had, and so now I'm back to the endless amount. And pan fried pierogies. Oh yes, yes. Probably, honestly, um, yeah, probably at the very minimum once a week we eat pierogies. I I I I think I actually showed them to Cody. He got really into them. My parents were the same matter, and it was when I was a kid. The neighbors, the mom used to make the boiled pierogies, and then later on in life, I picked up a box and read the back, and it was full of ancient wisdom. such as bake it, boil it, fry it, whatever. You could do anything into these guys. And they've been a staple ever since. Pheasant tail, nice. I have one turkey tail, but I've been looking for pheasant tail everywhere, and I can't find any. Like, not. And this is one that I found locally, but I can't even find, use it for a pen briefly. I just stuck one in there, but I can't even find, like, okay, I can find, like, packs of 1 or 2, but I can't find much more than that. And the ones that were at the craft store, I think it was, like, $5 for 2, like, very thin. I know the tendrils are, like, long, but, yeah, I gotta get on that, because it'll open a lot of doors. I am, should have because the Adams is one I really want to try to perfect, because there's the list of, like, the quintessential flies, I guess. So I've been trying to accumulate the stuff for that, and, I keep missing the brown hackle feathers, because I have the grizzly, but all the brown ones I have are, like, really, really long compared to the other ones. I'm trying to find and figure out how to find, like, the same size feathers. It's like an onion, but one of those onions that have, like, multiple bulbs in the same onion, like a mutated one, and they all have their own layers. There's multiple bulbs with multiple layers in the realm of fly fishing, or fly tying. I haven't even gotten to the fishing part. I am actively learning and actively trying. Not very good at it. Next time I will have to get some footage, because it is good to see, like, the difference. Just trying to, like, because, like, the stripping, I can't do both hands at the same time. So what I've been trying to do is just getting the line all the way out and then doing a roll cut. And I couldn't get it to, as soon as the end of the line hits the water, the leader, like faints, like tumble upon. But yeah. I hope you have a beautiful day too. Global reset. And Peter, I'm gonna put some fire under me bum to find some pheasant feathers. Pheasant feathers, because, yeah, that's one of the ones that, like, I see, like, on all the quintessential, like, better have one of these on you, because if all else fails, this will never type of flies, which are the ones that I've been trying to look for. Anyway, I've been trying to focus on bass flies, but I haven't found any of the stress balls to use for worms yet, and I'm just trying to avoid getting, yeah. Anyway, bye. Happy trails, beautiful people. Love y'all, and if you, oh, shoot. I don't know if it mutes me when I, like, do the exit screen, but love y'all. Hope you have a beautiful evening, and never hesitate if any patterns, and if you want any patterns, it'll take, like, a stamp to ship them, and I need some tactical feedback, so please never hesitate. Instagram probably would be the best bet, but I gotta remember to make an email address, because I think, you know, everyone has an email. So on that note, happy trails and have a glorious evening. And I'm going to try not to forget anything for the shopping list. Bye. Ow. Just poked the shite out of myself.